And if you're Candace Parker, the legendary Candace Parker, you find yourself today under attack by Angel Reese fans because they think you didn't appropriately praise Angel Reese enough in an interview with Keyshawn Johnson and Cheryl Miller. The legendary, Angel Reese, there's no world where Angel Reese is remotely the player that Candace Parker is. No world. Seriously.
Angel Reese has recently experienced improved performance over 3 consecutive games, marking a departure from previous inconsistent play patterns. However, her recent social media activity has generated controversy regarding her perceived standing within league hierarchies. The Chicago Sky forward posted content suggesting she appears at the top of scouting reports, creating discussion about the accuracy of this self-assessment. Statistical analysis of her recent performance shows improvement, though questions remain about overall consistency and efficiency metrics.
Just insult a group of people, and they use a 22-year-old in Iowa as a vehicle to insult that group of people. But like, you just know these people aren't basketball fans, because Candace Parker is being interviewed, her and Cheryl Miller, and like the whole time they're talking about it, and they're like, we need to just make this basketball, and I stand by this. They're like, Cheryl, they need to make this, we need to just keep it basketball, and it's like, this rivalry should be a little bit like the Kevin Durant-Russell Westbrook rivalry, where it's like
Candace Parker found herself targeted by Reese supporters following comments made during a podcast appearance with Keyshawn Johnson and Cheryl Miller. The criticism emerged not from negative remarks about Reese, but from perceived insufficient praise compared to commentary about Caitlin Clark. During the interview, Parker offered balanced observations about the current state of women's basketball, acknowledging growth in viewership and fan engagement. She emphasized that both Clark and Reese have contributed to increased attention for the sport, while noting the intense scrutiny surrounding their performances.
World. Seriously. One of the GOATs. Angel Reese has played in 50 games. And if you objectively look at her field goal percentage, she's had about 8 good games in the WNBA. There, it's out there. Don't give me 12 points and 18 rebounds on 28% shooting and want me to pretend that's a great game. No. Let's start here. I'm at the top of the scouting report. Hell, I thought
Parker's comments included recognition that the Clark-Reese rivalry has benefited league visibility and that Clark represents a generational talent who attracts significant viewership. These statements, while factual, apparently failed to meet expectations from Reese supporters regarding appropriate recognition levels. The reaction highlights ongoing tensions within fan communities about player comparisons and media coverage distribution. Some supporters expressed frustration that Parker's praise seemed disproportionately favorable toward Clark, while offering more measured assessments of Reese's contributions.
And Russell Westbrook rivalry, where it's like, we all knew they didn't like each other. We all wanted to see what was going to happen in that game. But what we weren't talking about was, oh, is Russell Westbrook jealous of Kevin Durant and all this stuff? And it's like, let's just keep it basketball. And it's like, if they don't like each other, that's fine. Who cares? And I stand by what Candace Parker was saying. She was basically saying, it was like, keep it basketball, treat it the same. And Candace Parker's point with everything, and I stand by it. I think it's actually a really, really good point. Her point with everything has been...
Social media responses included criticism of Parker's perceived bias and suggestions that she harbors resentment toward Reese breaking certain statistical records. These accusations lack substantial foundation, as Parker's comments remained professional and avoided direct criticism of any individual players. The controversy demonstrates challenges facing former players who transition into media roles and commentary positions. Their statements receive intense scrutiny from passionate fan bases seeking validation for their preferred athletes, creating pressure for carefully calibrated praise distribution.
Let's start here. I'm at the top of the scouting report. Hell, I thought this was fake till I looked up and saw Yahoo Sports posted it. You've had 3 good games in a row, and you're at the top of what scouting report? For what team? Are you playing for a team I don't know about? Are we talking about the Unrivaled, where you won a fake Defensive Player of the Year award? You've had 3 good games. This is the last 3 games right here. And yeah.
Analysis of Reese's recent performance shows genuine improvement in shooting efficiency and overall contribution levels. Her last 3 games featured better field goal percentages and more balanced statistical production compared to earlier seasonal struggles. However, season-long statistics continue reflecting inconsistency issues that have characterized her professional career. While rebounding numbers remain strong, shooting percentages and offensive efficiency metrics lag behind expectations for premier players.
Pretty good point. Her point with everything has been treat our league the same way as you treat the NBA. Whereas, like, Neko Wumake is the opposite. Neko Wumake is like, watch, don't criticize, be curious, but you can't criticize us. Like, Candace Parker is like, I want this to be like the NBA. It was like, obviously, women's sports was being made fun of for so long, but like, we want it to be treated like the NBA. And Sue Bird is the same. Sue Bird was like, when she was...
The debate surrounding Reese's current status reveals broader discussions about player evaluation criteria and the relative importance of different statistical categories. Traditional metrics like rebounds versus efficiency measures create different narratives about individual performance levels. Parker's lengthy professional career and championship achievements provide credibility for her analytical perspectives. Her experience spans multiple decades and includes success at collegiate, professional, and international levels, establishing expertise credentials.
Games. This is the last 3 games right here. And yeah, she's had great games. Don't give me this 10-point, 19 rebound game on 27% shooting. No. You're still below your averages from last year. It's crazy. And you moved the needle too. You were 10th in the league in All-Star voting. 10th. The fans, the legitimate basketball fans have long since caught on. And then Candace Parker.
The attack on Parker's commentary illustrates concerning trends where legendary players face criticism for offering measured assessments rather than unconditional praise. This dynamic discourages honest evaluation and creates pressure for artificial positive commentary. Current All-Star voting results show Reese ranked 10th among fan preferences, indicating broader basketball audiences maintain different perspectives than her most devoted supporters. These results suggest general fan sentiment may not align with passionate advocacy from dedicated followers.
Like the NBA. And Sue Bird is the same. Sue Bird was like, when she was talking about Santel, she was like, yeah, they're joking about us, but the difference is that everyone in the NBA is getting Santel. It's like, we're now part of the joke. It was like, we're part of the joke. We're being treated like the NBA players. And I think that is what people don't realize, is that is what the WNBA should be doing.
Comparisons between current players and established legends require careful consideration of career trajectories and achievement levels. Reese's professional career spans approximately 50 games, providing limited sample size for definitive assessments about long-term potential. The intensity of fan reactions demonstrates emotional investment in player success that sometimes overwhelms objective performance evaluation. Passionate support becomes problematic when it demands uniform praise regardless of actual achievement levels.
And then Candace Parker, poor Candace Parker, goes on a podcast with Keyshawn Johnson, and she's being crushed by Angel Reese fans, not for dogging out Angel Reese, not for being critical of Angel Reese, but for not appropriately kissing Angel Reese's fingers, her ring. What ring? Appropriately giving her enough praise.
Media personalities increasingly face demands to provide equal praise distribution rather than merit-based assessments. This pressure compromises analytical integrity and reduces the value of expert commentary for basketball audiences. The situation reflects broader cultural tensions about recognition, achievement, and the appropriate balance between encouragement and honest evaluation. Professional sports commentary requires balancing supportive perspectives with factual accuracy. Parker's prediction about social media reaction patterns proved accurate within hours as her comments about scrutiny and criticism became reality through the response they generated. This circular dynamic demonstrates the challenging environment facing public commentators.
Is like these players should be trying to get it treated like the NBA, but they want to be paid more. They want to make the same like amount of money, like in terms of revenue split as the NBA players, which is fine if that's what they want. Cool. But then you got to be ready to be treated like the NBA. These players got to be criticized like the NBA. People got to break down their game like the NBA. People are going to make fun of them like the NBA. Come on, do we not remember
The Chicago Sky organization benefits from improved team performance regardless of individual recognition debates. Players like Ariel Atkins and Camila Cardoso contribute significantly to team success while avoiding external controversy. Reese's recent performance improvement deserves acknowledgement while maintaining perspective about overall career development. 3 strong games represent positive progress but don't immediately establish elite status within league hierarchies. The emphasis on record-breaking achievements highlights different approaches to player evaluation. Statistical milestones provide concrete accomplishments, though context regarding efficiency and team impact remains relevant for comprehensive assessment.
Enough praise. Well, excuse me, all you John Woodens out there that are so damn up on all the goings-ons of what a good player is, even though y'all can't seem to understand it or recognize what a good player is. Right here, listen to this.
We can't fix
our world
society.
First.
Yeah, like I think you're asking of these ladies like too much, and the narratives behind it. Now everybody has an opinion, Twitter finger.
Future commentary about Reese will likely face similar scrutiny as her career progresses. Media personalities must balance supportive recognition with honest evaluation to maintain credibility with diverse audiences. The controversy surrounding Parker's balanced commentary reveals unrealistic expectations for uniform praise distribution. Professional analysis requires acknowledging different skill levels and achievement tiers among players. Educational opportunities exist for fans to develop more nuanced understanding of player evaluation criteria. Moving beyond simple advocacy toward informed analysis benefits overall basketball discourse.
NBA. Come on, do we not remember the JaVale McGee stuff? I'm sorry, Angel Reese is gonna get made fun of missing layups. They're like, I don't even mind. Like, by the way, people calling Caitlin Clark apple turnover. I don't mind that. Like, that is an insult based on a flaw in her game. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. Like, it's not an insult based on her race. It's not an insult based on what she looks like. It's an insult based on the fact that she's not very careful with the basketball. Yes, I've always said this, where it's like, if people start posting memes of Caitlin.
The incident demonstrates how social media amplifies minor perceived slights into major controversies. This dynamic creates unnecessary pressure on commentators and distracts from substantive basketball discussion. Player development requires honest feedback and realistic assessment rather than constant validation. The pressure for universal praise may actually hinder growth by avoiding necessary constructive criticism. Parker's professional handling of the controversy maintains her credibility while demonstrating appropriate response strategies. Engaging with unreasonable criticism often proves counterproductive and validates problematic behavior patterns.
Asking of these ladies like too much, and the narratives behind it. Now everybody has an opinion, Twitter fingers, all that stuff. But I do believe like anything you say is going to be critiqued or changed in different ways. Right. Any soundbite that you take can be changed into whatever. Let's just get this straight. Have they grown the game? 100%. Has their rivalry helped in that? 100%. Is Caitlin Clark a freaking baller? Yeah. Is she a generational player? Is she fun to watch? 100%. Do people watch them when they compete and scrutinize every single thing? Yes. That's fine. Leave it as is.
Okay.
The broader implications extend beyond individual players to questions about media coverage standards and fan culture evolution. Constructive dialogue requires accepting different perspectives about player capabilities and achievements. Looking forward, the situation provides learning opportunities about balanced commentary and reasonable expectations for public discourse. Professional sports benefit from honest analysis rather than forced positivity that lacks authenticity. The focus should return to basketball performance and team success rather than manufactured controversies about commentary preferences. Both Clark and Reese benefit most from attention directed toward their actual games rather than external drama.
Where it's like, if people start posting memes of Caitlin Clark as a baker making turnovers, like, that's fine. That's fine. That is the type of thing. That is the type of thing that the WNBA should be kind of striving for. But if you guys didn't see, Candace Parker in this whole thing, they turned on her because Candace Parker and Cheryl Miller, they are talking about like,
Ultimately, the incident highlights the need for more mature fan culture that can appreciate honest analysis while supporting preferred players. Growth in women's basketball requires sophisticated discourse that moves beyond simplistic advocacy toward informed appreciation of athletic achievement. Recent commentary from Candace Parker during a television interview with Cheryl Miller has generated significant backlash from certain fan segments regarding her balanced assessment of the Caitlin Clark-Angel Reese rivalry. The criticism centers on Parker's measured approach to discussing both players rather than providing unconditional praise for Reese.
As is.
Okay. Seems like a completely benign and lucid comment. They are crushing. Angel Reese fans are attacking Candace Parker right now because she didn't appropriately kiss the ring. I saw Candace Parker trending. I was like, why? And it's because of Angel Reese fans. Every time you're asked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese,
The controversy emerged from Parker and Miller's appearance, where they addressed the current state of women's basketball rivalries. Their discussion emphasized the need to maintain basketball-focused analysis rather than allowing personal dynamics to overshadow athletic performance evaluation. Parker's perspective advocates for treating women's basketball with the same analytical standards applied to men's professional basketball. This approach includes accepting both praise and criticism as natural components of professional sports coverage, similar to how NBA players experience media scrutiny.
Like, basketball, and they were like, you know what, Caitlin's a hooper, she's fun to watch, she's a generational talent. And then Cheryl Miller just goes, and Candace Parker, obviously, because when she talks about Caitlin, she talks about Caitlin in the same conversation as herself. Elena Deladon, Brittany Griner, Aja Wilson, Stewie. She talks about Caitlin in that regard. And Cheryl Miller just goes, and Angel's a player, she wants to win, she's developing, she's getting there, which is true. Angel Reese has improved quite a lot this season.
The former WNBA star drew comparisons to previous NBA rivalries, suggesting that basketball competition should remain the primary focus rather than speculating about personal relationships between competitors. This framework mirrors successful rivalries where competitive tension enhanced viewer interest without requiring excessive personal drama. Miller supported this viewpoint, emphasizing that professional basketball benefits from serious analytical treatment rather than protective coverage that shields players from standard performance evaluation. Their combined perspective reflects decades of basketball experience at the highest levels. The backlash demonstrates ongoing tensions within fan communities about appropriate coverage standards for women's basketball. Some supporters argue that positive representation should take precedence over objective analysis, while others advocate for equal treatment regardless of gender.